already when I was 10 years and 11 years, I was walking sometimes by myself in this direction towards the mountain. Already then, I looked upon this mountain as a kind of benevolent, great father. So I somehow interpreted it as equanimity, that far inside here it's completely not harmony is too strong word, but at least you are in balance. There's a balance inside here, and this big mountain, this great mountain, I mean, seems to be such an entity. So it was alive for me. And therefore I decided the best thing would be to live either on top of the mountain or on further down on the mountain itself. Perhaps people coming from other countries visiting Tvergasand think that there are many huts privately owned on this level, but there's nobody else. It's the highest privately owned hut. What you have higher is meteorological stations, etc. But the highest hut in the Nordic countries of Europe. Nothing like it, and there are good reason for it because of the climate. I mean, why should you have an Arctic climate? I mean, but it is Hallingskarvet that I'm for. It's not the Arctic climate, it's Hallingskarvet. I'm obeying the urge of Hallingskarvet to come.
Well, the impression he made was of someone vastly more alive than the average person, far more joyful, and in fact very similar to the Tibetan people that I had lived with in the Himalayas. There was a similarity, and I think it has to do with that deep connection to the natural world.
And so when you meet Arne in person, there's a kind of playfulness that you also see, that I see in a lot of Zen teachers, playfulness, and his playing with language, his playing with words, and his ability to engage in a kind of dance with deep ecology.
Dance?
Yes, I would say very much a dance that he has with deep ecology, with playing with the trees, with the flowers, and with the ideas. So there's a kind of serious lightness, which sounds paradoxical, but it's a serious lightness to his whole presentation, his whole being, the way he presents his being.
And what has always impressed me very deeply about Arne is the combination of innocence with extreme brilliance of the mind. Usually you get intelligent people becoming partly arrogant, partly self-centered, but they just lose the spirit of freedom in themselves as a person. And Arne has always maintained it. Yeah? He is so childlike in his enjoyment of every moment of life.
Well, of course, people think it's very strange how a mountain could be a father, but not to me at all, because very soon I saw that humans live in symbols. So much of their life really in terms of symbols. And that the mountain is just minerals. That no culture, no old culture has looked at the mountain as minerals. On the contrary, they have always looked at very strong symbols. For instance, the contact between the earthly life and heaven. And gods are very rarely thought of to live anywhere. They live in heaven, or they live on top of mountains, or are mountains. So some mountains are holy in so many cultures, and you speak to them, you ask them for good advice, and so on. Only a mountain can get me that view, this fantastic horizon, and where you feel also powerful